History and Headlocks. Class is in session.
I will never get old of that. That's already the second time I've seen it.
I know, it's so damn good. So good. It's funny because it looks like you're singing.
I am at least.
It looks like you're like singing something.
Yeah, and what would you say you're doing in that intro?
I I look like a hot drunk mess.
Talking some gossip, talking some tea.
Talking some caca to the camera, like, hey guys! And I'm like, it's not just to clarify. That is an AI video of a picture of me for my birthday,
No.
but the video is some people can't tell what's AI and what's not these days. Because it looks so good.
I mean,
But that definitely was not me actually doing all that in the camera. But it looks great. It looks great.
I will say there's some positive, or maybe I don't know, maybe 5-10% to AI stuff. But nowadays, or more recently, I've seen more outrageous, absurd AI nonsense where it's like it's obviously fake, but very disturbing as well.
Extremely. That's stuff that they can pull off with it. It's yeah, especially with on a political end. Some of the stuff that they've been trying to do is like, come on, guys, come on. This is you're manipulating and monopolizing and not cool, not cool. Just keep it for the good stuff, please. If you're going to be wasting these resources, I don't know, man.
I mean,
AI is tricky.
Very tricky. And as I check outside my window, we live on the East Coast. If anybody's new to this channel, but we live on the East Coast, so it's about to be a shit storm.
Literally. Yeah, literally.
Again.
Just as we were finally thawing out of the last one, right? Snow was melting all over the place. We're like, oh, good. Now it's like 13 to 18 inches of snow coming our way.
Yeah, perfect timing as always. But welcome again to everybody. This is New York Wrestle Media's History and Headlocks. I am Mike, and she is the lovely Ariana, and we are here to give everybody a glorious history lesson in the world of professional wrestling, the inside, the outsides, all your personalities and weird characters abound. But before we get into all that, we are going to be showing some stuff, specifically our merch that Ariana designed herself. Yeah.
Yes.
But everybody can go to tpublic.com and you can see, if you look up the New York Wrestle Media merch store, you can find designs just like ours and other stuff as well.
Very nice.
As I scroll down, yes. Even the Turnbuckle tabloid stuff of our lovely Superintendent Jay Santee.
Yes, he's done a great job with the designing. So it's not just T-shirts, right? It's other things too.
Yeah, so different varieties: hoodies, cups, stickers.
Look at this awesome coffee mug, where I could drink my delicious coffee out of while we do our podcast. And yes, I have a sticker. I have it on my laptop actually.
So everybody, if you want to show your love and support for New York Wrestle Media, and especially for us, go to tpublic.com. Hold on. Yeah. tpublic.com.
And they come in different colors. Look, I got mine in red. This is a woman's cut for the ladies if they want to get the shirt. They do have cuts for us. Different V-necks and even little cowl sleeves and stuff like that, which is nice. And then you got the men's T-shirts, different pretty colors, red, blue, black, white, whatever you want, they have it.
I would also recommend too, if you are a bigger person such as me, always get a size up.
Yeah, I will say that.
Yeah, if you're that type of person that likes to wear loose shirts or at least loose hoodies, always get a size up. I'd recommend.
Yes, definitely. I bought a size large women's just in case, because sometimes they're a little narrow. And I'm not a narrow person myself, so
trying to show off those curves.
That's right.
Absolutely. So we are here once again to talk about the GOAT of professional wrestling. And it's like I'm saying this with like a sigh or maybe a relief of. Hopefully, we can wrap this up today because we're on part 3, and that just shows you how long this man's career has also been. or how long it's been.
Right.
From 2002, well, technically he started wrestling in 99, but on television, 2002 to 2025.
Yes.
And the last we left off was with him weirdly getting the praise or like the nod from The Rock at WrestleMania 29,
Mm-hmm.
which I think we collectively agreed, or at least came to the consensus. Why now?
Right.
Like 10 years after the fact of him debuting,
Right.
or at least of him being on top for like 6 years, and like now you're getting the respect.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a little too late on this, but uh, I don't know what drove them to make that choice at that point. But okay.
Because I mean, there wasn't that much. Well, there was, actually, I don't want to say that. There was a lot more for him to do. I mean, coming out of WrestleMania 29, still once again world heavyweight champion or WWE champion.
Mm-hmm.
Then his big thing in the summer was him putting over Daniel Bryan, which you like. I'll ask this again. You were watching around this time.
Yeah, like here and there at this point, I was like I said last week or the last episode, I was slowly reintegrating myself back in.
Right.
So I would try to catch it when I would remember, or though I was a little more consistent with watching like the pay-per-views
Right.
than the weekly shows.
So, what did you think of the whole Daniel Bryan thing at SummerSlam? So, at least in Cena's case, of him dropping the title to the next guy that everybody was very getting behind because the yes chance. The yes chance at that point was its most popular, I will say.
I'm a huge fan of Bryan Danielson at that point, Daniel Bryan. So for me, it was a huge step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, like you have this guy come in and he's well established in the independent scene, one of the best to, in my opinion, to ever do it himself. He's another one that we should definitely
He's on the list.
Feature in this, yes.
There's a lot of people on the list, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at this point, like he came in probably heads above the majority of that roster, and I know that Vince has his preferences about who's a champion, who carries that belt,
right.
And to give him that opportunity, especially having John be the one to pass that torch,
mm-hmm.
I think that was a fantastic idea. Gave him a boost, but
yeah, because I will say, at least I will say for Cena's case, he knows when somebody's over, so it's pretty much. Also, like he respects Daniel Bryan a lot, and Daniel Bryan,
of course,
knows how to work with everybody.
Yes,
I will say and that point too. Yeah, it kind of did feel like Cena's time in the main event was winding down. I will say,
mm-hmm.
Mind you, 6 months ago, The Rock's like, "Oh, he's the next guy," but it's like now it's time for the next guys to start stepping up, like a Daniel Bryan, and especially the Shield around this time too. All three of them were on the rise as well.
Exactly.
But he drops the belt, but he suffers an injury, and only gone again. This is the Super Cena effect. He's only gone for 2 months. Mm-hmm. Wins the world title from Alberto Del Dipshit.
Mm-hmm.
Then they unify the titles with him and Randy Orton, where it was like, oh god, here we go again, Cena and Orton. Do I need to pull up all the 29 or 30 matches these guys have had in the past like 5 years alone?
Mm-hmm.
Well, does that, and then weirdly enough, we're going into WrestleMania 30, and we're thinking, okay, who's John Cena's big opponent? It's Bray Wyatt,
right?
Who's been on the main roster for 9 months at this point. Got over very quickly with him and the Wyatt family. Did you think this was too soon, or what did you think of this? With this program with Cena and Wyatt.
Yeah, that's a good question. I've always had like neutral thoughts about the Wyatt family. So I remember thinking to myself, why? I mean, it could have. I felt like maybe later on it could have been appropriate to have that program.
Mm-hmm.
But
and maybe like Bray should have been more established and then
yeah,
go after Cena.
right, a little more established, because at this point it's like, how do I explain it? You know, because I don't want to disrespect Bray at all. Obviously, you
Right.
know, I at that time didn't see it with him at that time.
Not to be lewd, but do you think they blew their load a little too fast with Bray Wyatt, like pushing him that fast?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Because he did have the great feud with Bryan
Right.
that was going to the fall into the new year. But then they paired him with Cena, and then well, I'll ask you this quick question: what did you think of his promos? Did you understand anything that he said?
I tried to understand a lot of the stuff that he was saying, because everything they did was just so cryptic and so under the radar and over your head at the same time. You know what I mean?
Because he like some stuff you could get like, oh, like he's calling John the Golden Goose, like nothing ever imperviates him, but then it's like, you're lying to everybody. You're not this guy that's hustle, loyalty, and respect. You're just a cheater. You take advantage of everybody. Blah
Right.
blah blah. And then it'd be like, well, one, like he had like two big stooges, and not to be disrespectful, but that's pretty much what they were: Eric Rowan and Luke Harper.
Right.
And John Cena would easily just beat them both. So there was, when it came to WrestleMania 30, I was at the time of, you got to put him over, right? You're not doing this match just to beat him, right?
Exactly.
And they do the weird, cool voodoo entrance in New Orleans, and he beats him.
Exactly.
Cena beats Bray.
Yeah.
And that was definitely one of those. It didn't turn into like, oh well, Cena wins. It was like, what the fuck, Cena wins.
Right. Yeah, because you take this kid and you shoot him to, like you said, you shoot him to the moon.
Right.
Or at least you think he's gonna be shot to the moon by having a feud with
the guy that was pegged to be the next Undertaker.
Right. And you put him in this feud with Cena of all people. And you would think, oh, maybe this guy is going to get it. They're going to pull something off, and he's going to get this win. And nope.
Yeah.
It was too soon. I just think they should have let him, like you said, should have been a little bit more established before they put him in that place, because it's like, all right, he lost. Now what?
Right. And looking back at that WrestleMania 30 card, considering all the rumored matches that was going to happen, like Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus, CM Punk versus Triple H. The original Mania main event was going to be Batista versus Randy Orton.
Yeah.
And this was the one match that Vince stuck his guns to and did not change it, where it could have been the Wyatts versus the Shield.
Right.
It said Cena has to win over Bray, but then Bray does get a win over Cena, but it was with that weird child that, like, you can clearly hear the stagehand go, okay, good now. And the kid starts singing. The whole world is in his hands, but just like decoded or like very scary sounding. But look at the kid; he's adorable. Wow, and we know Cena doesn't like children. Well, he doesn't want to have children, so that was like,
have them, at least.
And it was like, oh my god, there's a child right there, and he's not sick, so I don't want him.
Damn, Mike.
That's what everybody was joking about. It was like, oh,
that's hilarious.
Or somebody said too that was like Nikki Bella's idea of like planting the seed for a child.
Oh my gosh! And John's like, "Get it away from me!"
Which might as well address it now that around this time too, there was a little show called Total Divas that's aired on the E! Network,
right?
And somehow John Cena is on this show. Meanwhile, it's called Total Divas. So why is he on the show? His real life girlfriend at the time, Nikki Bella, was on the show. So he got to be a part of the show too, and we got to see some interesting aspects of Mr. Cena in his real life, where this is a clean stone countertop, make sure it's clean and no messes, or we eat at this time, or we do like weird robotic John Cena.
That was, I didn't watch Total Divas.
Good.
consistently. Like if I put on E and the channel and the show is on and I had nothing better to do, I was like, oh, I watch it, then whatever. I'm not a big reality show person, period.
Right.
But I remember seeing a couple of episodes as well as clips of Cena's scenes, and in my head I'm like, a lot of this is scripted, but why would you script him like that? If this is scripted, like,
it was too bullshit to be scripted. That was the problem.
Yeah, if this is like, if this is a scripted scene, why would you make him come off like a douchebag, narcissistic boyfriend?
But it was
when
weird.
He's like,
it was like he wasn't acting like a boyfriend. He was acting like a father.
Like a father, right? Yeah, a total narcissist.
Like, Nicole, why would you say that? Why would you behave like this? It's like,
yeah,
dude.
I was watching. I would see him like, oh my! If this is really him as a boyfriend and partner,
you would run away.
What? Immediately, I'm like, dude, you. It's like you said, you're not my dad. How dare you tell me what to do? Like, right. Talking to me, talking, using my full name.
That was the funny thing too. He was like, hey Nick. He was like, hey Nicole.
Like who? Like when you're in a relationship, whoever calls their partner by their partner's name, everybody says honey, babe, sweet, hey, but honey, hey, baby. Nobody ever says their name unless they're upset with them.
How dare you, Ariana? How dare you?
Exactly. Shoot.
We'll start using your government name.
Are you kidding me? My late husband, when he said my full name, I knew I did something to piss him off.
Right.
Otherwise, I was babe.
And the way like he acted too, it was like the way he would question like Daniel Bryan's lifestyle. It was like, oh, like I couldn't live on a farm or
right.
I would want a lot of cars, and Brian's like, oh, one car is fine enough. Well, you know what? Me and Bree will happily walk to the market, or like something stupid. And John would be like disapproving of it.
And you know what's funny? Brian's right, because look, they're still going strong. 2 kids in, beautiful marriage. And
yeah, that is
Nikki
true.
And John, they're just.
Yeah, we'll cut back to that, but
yeah,
just around this time when he's on WWE television, he's also on E television.
Yeah,
and pretty much Total Divas was a bootleg or knockoff of like the Real Housewives.
The Real Housewives, yeah, or Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
That was another one too. That, especially for the Bellas, that they were trying to get that Kardashian.
They're trying to get that Kardashian. Yeah, exactly.
That's why they have so much popularity nowadays. That's how I feel. Is because all the women are like, oh my god, they're so inspirational. Meanwhile, as wrestling fans, like, these are the 2 most annoying women I've ever seen in my life.
You're right.
One more tolerable, but the other one, holy shit.
You're right, because a lot, especially, and not just them, but like a lot of other of the WWE superstars that became mainstream, a lot of people don't even realize they used to wrestle. Like there are people that didn't realize that Cena wrestled or Batista. Like I was like, oh, you didn't know? Yeah. Like you said, the Bellas, because they're so used to seeing them like on.
You see them on Raw with every celebrity under the sun. Like they'd be arm in arm with them every week.
Right.
And then I will say too, like at least for pairing up, did you find it weird that Cena was paired with Nikki, or at least like they had something together? Like aside from like the weird like acting like her father moments, like did you ever think like does this like relationship like look good, or
I mean they looked
sound good?
Like they looked good together, 2 good looking people. I could see how John was like, ooh, the Bellas are beautiful women. So I could see that. I actually found it more unorthodox to see Brian with Brie. That's the one that surprised me.
Yeah, Brie has a weird taste.
I mean, listen, Brian's not a bad-looking guy. He's average compared to somebody like Cena. But
but she was like a band groupie type girl.
Right, exactly. Then she went for the Zen, cool hippie, West Coast guy.
Right, and then Nikki, who was very more into look-wise, I would say.
Aesthetics, yeah.
Right.
And then you see Cena, who's like muscular and handsome.
And a Dolph Ziggler, too.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Like, I see Brie going with someone like that herself, too. Like,
Right.
But Brian has an amazing personality. We know this.
Of course.
So
very down to earth.
At the end of the day, that's what you fall in love with. You don't fall in love with the face. or a body.
Mm-hmm.
You could want that, but you fall in love with who the person is inside. So, I can see now how they work out. Now with John and Nikki, I could see how it worked out on a physical thing, an attraction thing.
Right.
But maybe, just maybe, their personalities were just not meant to mesh.
Yeah, because again, there'd be weird moments where she'd be like, "Oh, look at my big new fake tits," and John would be like, "Yes, those are very nice." It's like, what am I
Like a
watching
robot.
here?
It is. He's very like, hello, my name is John Cena.
Exactly.
He's always like the professional kind of,
Right.
personality. Like you want to see. We've seen him let loose. We obviously know he has a great sense of humor. We have seen him let loose, but we never saw that side of him on that show with them together. I mean, who knows how they truly were behind closed doors, though. For all we know, he was a cuddle buddy kind of guy. Like,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
probably the thing too.
and that's why I always found it so odd that on the show he was presented in that manner.
Right.
Like you said, like a cold father chastising his child.
Yeah, because it'd be like Nikki would bring up a fake problem on the show, be like, "Oh, like Trinity's being a bitch," or like the girls are not being nice to me, and John would look like, "Did you do something?" It would be like, and I'm like,
Victim
"Oh,
blaming.
did you do anything to them, Nicole?"
Yeah, victim blaming her, and she was like, it's crazy.
Like, what am I watching? Is this a relationship?
It is weird because not to divert away from them, but like even sometimes with Naomi and Jimmy, you'll see that kind of Jimmy being like
Right.
a chastiser at times. Like, you can't eat that. When she had the treats and snacks in the house or something, oh, you shouldn't be eating this. Like, let her eat her snacks.
That show is ridiculous. Even they like tried to say like, "Oh, Natty wants to cheat on her husband with like the tan guy."
I heard about that.
Like, there's some weird episodes like that, but yeah. So John Cena is doing the wrestling career. He's doing the Make a Wish stuff. He's doing Total Divas. So like back to him in the ring type of stuff. So he finishes his feud with Bray. He wins. LOL. The title then gets unified. So there's one world champion now. Daniel Bryan had to relinquish it, and that was pretty much the end of his career for a little bit. Which when we talk about him, when we get to his episode of his retrospective, I can imagine the rants will go on because that was horse shit. But Cena once again gets the title, and I believe this is number 15 at this point.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is 15 in 2014. So then he goes into SummerSlam, faces Brock again, and he gets the worst or best, however you want to describe it, ass kicking of a lifetime. Where it was all one-sided. Brock just beat the shit out of him. I wish I could play it, but the Simpsons me was like, "Stop! He's already dead."
Yes.
So, yeah, Brock Lesnar gets the bigger push at this time because he just beat the streak. Yeah. And John Cena was the sacrificial lamb, which, if Daniel Bryan was healthy, that was going to be him. Yeah. Just that it was John Cena, the face of the company, getting his ass handed to him on SummerSlam. No offense, no nothing. Right. So we go into the fall and feuding with the Authority, which at that time was the annoying storyline going on in 2015. Well, 2014 going into 2015. But then we go into his WrestleMania 31 program, and he's on the main event picture, so it's kind of like yay for some people that really hate Cena still. But it's also now it's like, what do you do with him? Right. Let's challenge Rusev for the United States Championship.
Oh boy.
Where the minute you saw Rusev debut and he is against America, you have the hot blonde that says like, let's all stand up and clap for Vladimir Putin. And they pop his face on the title track, which I always loved, which was because it was always just a generic image. It was just a Putin stand there. They're like, "Oh, Putin." It was like so.
God, why do they always derive to that shit?
Well, I mean,
anti-America.
We talk about nowadays where we joke about like for like a Ludwig Kaiser who's German, who's pretending to be American.
Oh, right.
this is Rusev, who's Bulgarian, who now resides in Russia,
Uh-huh.
and you have his real life girlfriend or at the time, Lana,
Yeah.
who is actually American, pretending to
Right.
be Russian as well.
Right.
And man, you wonder where this character is going to go. Who's going to dethrone this Russian? Only the great American John Cena, right?
Of course. Right.
Where at WrestleMania 31, Rusev comes out with that awesome tank, but goddamn it, no John Cena beats him, LOL. And then this was also the time
Hello.
where John Cena decides to do new moves in his matches, so he did like the springboard stunner that looked like shit every time he did it. Where commentary would be like, you didn't get all of it.
Like
Every time.
yikes. Like, dude, if after 2 times you can't get it, don't do it.
But I'll ask you, was it one of those weird things to see Cena back in the mid card, or at least going for mid card titles at this point?
Yeah. In general, I always found that very weird. With any wrestler who's held the world title multiple times to suddenly be like, I'm gonna just take a couple of steps down the ladder and try to go for this because why not?
Especially at that time when the mid card champions were beaten every week by everybody.
I mean, think about it. You never saw like Hulk Hogan go for the Intercontinental title ever.
That would have been weird.
Like there's levels to this, in my opinion.
Right. Usually, people that get the mid card titles is pegged for, like, you go higher.
Pending push, right?
You don't go backwards. But I'll say for Cena, they're at least trying with other people to get the main event. So I guess that makes sense.
I mean, they could have still kept them in the mix up in the upper echelon of the ladder, but not necessarily in the title mix. But
I mean, remember
that's my personal opinion. I just find it odd to see that.
Well, they wanted Roman in the main event, right? They pushed it. Right. They strapped a rocket up his ass so fast that year.
Yes.
I mean, he goes away for a little bit, and then they puts him in the main event of WrestleMania.
Yes.
And Cena is back in the U.S. title, which at the time, looking back, was probably the best thing for him because the open challenges that he would do every week on television was phenomenal.
Right.
Because the matches he would have with Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, like Wade Barrett, a lot of these matches, you saw a different side of Cena where, oh my God, he can actually work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
His matches with Cesaro, still one of the best matches of those time periods.
Yeah.
Of that time period.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd see NXT people start answering the challenge, like Sami Zayn, who night one throws his arm out of his socket.
Yikes!
Too damn excited, Sammy. And then you see Kevin Owens answer the challenge one week.
That one, yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, do you have a lot of thoughts and feelings about Kevin Owens and John Cena?
That I whenever I see, because I didn't get to see their segment. That segment of theirs, where he calls Kevin, basically kind of tries to call him a rookie, and Kevin's like, I've been doing this for like X amount of years already, and he just like powerbombed the crap out of John at the end.
It was so weird. It was like, dude, you realize he's wrestled like probably the same amount of years as you. Exactly.
Just because he wasn't fully in WWE, like you had the privilege, doesn't mean that he's not a seasoned veteran himself.
But were you privy to Kevin Owens or Kevin Steen before WWE?
So like he had just started wrestling matches in Ring of Honor right around the time that I kind of stepped away from everything. So I did get to see him here and there. But yes, I did know about him though, especially like his friendship and rivalry with El Generico, Sammy.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. I will say though, I was a bit surprised when they picked him up because I didn't think he'd be that fit for WWE. But
yeah,
I think it was a wise choice to bring him in.
Absolutely, but the reason why I asked that too is because when he was doing his run on the Indies, he would parody some of John Cena's shirts.
Right.
So, like, he had that famous John Cena had the black shirt with like the hustle, loyalty, respect.
Yes.
Or rise above hate, and then Kevin Steen would have that kind of shirt, but it'd be like kill Steen, kill, or or fight Owens, fight. Eventually, it would come.
Right.
But I think I don't know if you've seen this, but I should show you this. But when Kevin Owens answered John Cena's open challenge, he didn't tell his son because his son was a big John Cena fan. So when he came out to answer Cena's challenge, his wife recorded his son's reaction. He goes, "Dad's gonna fight John."
Ah.
It was one of those like cute little things. It was like one of those moments too. Like John was able to like, kind of grant a wish to another kid, but
of course,
his kid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that was one of those interesting feuds where Cena lost to Kevin Owens the first time, but then, well, Cena wins the next 2 times and it's over. But I think Kevin Owens did much better than he had any right to be against Cena.
Right.
Promo wise, better. In-ring stuff kept up with Cena, and Cena again showing he has more in the tank in those matches.
Right.
He's fucking busting out Code Reds against Kevin Owens.
Yeah, but then it makes you just think like maybe Kevin brought out the best of John. You know.
It also just shows you Cena has to be in the ring with the best people to get the best out of him. And Cena has to be motivated to go along with it.
Yeah, you're going in there with people who are younger than you, who did things much more intensely than you. You got to keep up if you want to go in there with them, right? So I do. It does feel like he did make a conscious effort to say, okay, I'm wrestling wrestler A, and his style is this like this. I need to figure out how to, look compatible and look like I'm keeping up with him in the ring. He didn't just try to phone it in,
Right. Because then fast forward a year later, like he misses an injury, he does movies around this time, so he comes back in 2016. And a freshly debuted AJ Styles is there waiting for him. And this was another one of those dream matches you never thought we'd see.
Yeah.
And we talked about this a little bit in the AJ retrospective, which everybody should go back and check on this channel. It's definitely up here on the channel.
Yes.
But from John Cena's perspective, it was definitely one of those, it's the face of WWE versus the face of TNA.
TNA, right.
And AJ Styles looked great against it, but Cena, again, showing some stuff that he never did before.
I actually got to witness a match of theirs live at a house show at MSG. I miss those house shows like that, Yeah. Yeah, they were so good. And they put on a great match. Not televised. It was such a great match. I was actually surprised to see it on the card, to be honest. I was like, what? And at the time, it was a cute story. I don't even know if I said it on the other one, but I'll say it again anyway if I did. Where I took my niece and nephew to the show, and they were teenagers at the time. And Francisco, my nephew John's his goat. John is his goat. That's it. Right. No one else. So he had on his John Cena t-shirt that he just bought at the show. So I have a friend who's also named Mike, who was at the show as well with his little guy, Mikey, like Junior. They're sitting in a different section, but we met up after the show. Now, Mikey used to be a John Cena fan until he saw AJ Styles, and he fell in love with AJ Styles. Gosh. And at this time, Mikey's like maybe 8 years old. Right. Francisco's like 14, 15. And when little Mikey saw the John Cena shirt on Francisco, I never seen a child give somebody a death stare. He just looked at him, and he had these big bright blue eyes, and they just got real like, and he's like, and he starts seething, and Francisco realized that he's wearing an AJ Styles t-shirt, and he's like, like, and I'm like,
the mega powers explode. Like
exactly. I was like, whoa. we still get a kick out of that. Like almost a decade later, I told my friend Mike, you remember how Mikey got when he saw the shirt?
But I mean,
yeah.
And this was one of those feuds where AJ, at the end, like John Cena would win his 16th world title from AJ Styles at the Rumble, which everybody should also go watch that match. Definitely go watch their SummerSlam and Royal Rumble matches. Those two matches stand out a lot.
Yeah.
The Money in the Bank one they had was good, but the SummerSlam and Royal Rumble ones definitely stand out.
Yeah.
From at least from 2016 to 2017. And AJ, because it was weird, we mentioned it in this episode, but it was weird booking at that time for him because he lost to Jericho. He put Roman over twice, and then he gets the Cena program, and he looked dominant. Yeah. Beat him twice at Money in the Bank and SummerSlam, and then we also this also too when he won the WWE title, we know who he's dropping that to. Come on, John Cena, LOL. But now we're going to talk about the weird because I always want to mention his WrestleMania stuff. This WrestleMania we're going to talk about the one in Orlando with that big goddamn ramp.
Yeah. Yes.
Where you think, oh, he's going to walk in WWE champion and have a good program. No, this is a month before the Bray, which was a good thing for Bray, but that's not what his program was. We have to involve the girlfriends or the wives. Well, John Cena and Nikki Bella against The Miz and Maurice. And they were teasing heavily where Maurice would be like, I got mine. Where's yours? Referring to the wedding rings.
Right.
And they played out like Miz and Maurice would I did earlier with the whole John Cena voice. Miz just did that impression, then Maurice would do her impression. Nikki Bella just make them two look like tools.
Yeah.
Or show how ridiculous Total Divas was.
Right.
And then John Cena would be kind of these intense promos, be like, I shouldn't be wrestling you. I should be wrestling the goddamn Undertaker at WrestleMania, but I have to deal with your stupid ass again. And you, as a fan, you're like,
right.
Shoot promo Cena? What is happening here?
Where coming from?
And it was so intense because what did you think of all that? Because this was also from 2017 to 2018 until I'll also say to the pandemic. Cena didn't give a shit what he said on the mic.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean,
it's like you're promoting a match, but you're also blending real life in it.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Because there'll be Meltzer reports saying, "Oh, it's going to be Cena and Taker at WrestleMania." That's what they want to do,
right?
But now it's Cena and Nikki versus The Miz and Maurice, and he'd be on Friday, he'd be on SmackDown talking about, "I should be doing this instead of this."
Right? Yeah, and it's like, what was agreed upon backstage when it came to cutting promos, right? Like, did they all agree to go this route? Or
I mean, it would have to be yes. Like, there's nothing.
I think so,
there's no way Vince is going to let that on his program or let anything on his program without him knowing.
Right. Exactly. It doesn't matter what your name is. Vince is still going to be like, "What are you doing?"
Right.
But yeah, like there was a lot of what he was doing that felt very almost like burying his opponent. Completely burying his opponent, like finding like a flaw or one little mistake or one little like it just taking them and just crushing them in his hands and just like that's how it felt like
the famous one was with Roman where Roman forgot his line and Cena goes, it's a promo, kid, you're gonna have to learn how to do this.
I remember how shocked I was to see that.
Yeah, like
he completely broke kayfabe in that moment.
Right.
And said the word promo, cutting a promo. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, Roman did step up. He did learn how to cut a pretty freaking decent promo.
Yeah, so but everybody remembers Cena's, though.
But in that moment, in that very moment, it could have gone wrong, completely wrong. It could have gone the wrong direction.
And he also cut to his when he eventually had his match with Taker the following year. Hold on. When he'd be like, "Oh, it's nice seeing you on social media, especially on your wife's Instagram working out."
You said that to who?
Like, did you just mention Mrs. Michelle McCool?
You know,
in Mr. Undertaker on Monday Night Raw.
You know, you made him you made him come off like a sissy husband.
Yeah, like John Cena come off like a prick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was just it just
maybe the years of him like being accused of being a prick, maybe he was like, let me embrace that for a little bit and
just
like,
lean into that. Yeah, this is what people want to see, right? Because I think I even said it in our first episode. Like it caught me off guard to see him behaving like that on TV because he was always the hero, the good
cookie
guy,
cutter, the
cookie cutter,
the Superman.
Right, the golly gee, I'm John Cena.
Eat your Fruity Pebbles.
Right, and then suddenly it's your Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, then John Cena remembered, oh yeah, there's potty words I could say, so I could call people bitches or like
and just rip into them on TV and make them feel like shit and make them look like shit. You know what I'm saying? Because again, a lot of that could have gone the wrong direction because fans could have taken that and been like, yeah, Roman is a shitty promo cutter. You know what? And I mean, we know Roman has had his ups and downs with the fan base too, but that could have turned his career into nothing.
Yeah. And he didn't even care about anything. Like I said, when he talked about the Undertaker, like, it's good to see that you're walking about and working on your wife's Instagram.
Right.
Then his program with Bray Wyatt at the Pandemic Mania, where he was like, "Oh, like hello, Husky Harris. How many times are we going to try again with you every year? Now it's the Fiend. Oh my God."
Yeah.
Like, it was like
very
heelish. Going to say this shit on TV. Yeah.
It's heelish, but he wasn't a heel. Obviously,
he was supposed to be the baby face.
It was almost like was he trying to be a tweener at this point? Like he wanted to be a tweener and still be a baby face, but act like a heel at times. Like it's just, I don't know. It came off very. I mean, I'm sure some people loved it. I'm sure everybody has different tastes, but for me, it kind of turned. It was a turn off a little bit. I don't know.
Because also too, it was around this time from. After, like, because WWE did the brand split, they separated the rosters in half. Mm-hmm. He was a free agent after he initially got drafted to SmackDown in 2016, then 17 and onwards. Free agent, he would come in and out most of the time of the year. Sometimes he would not show up for a full year. Mm-hmm. But when he would come in and work with certain people, in those promos, he would start cutting on them. Like there was like a big Raw celebration too, and like. The Usos, they had like a fun rap battle back and forth with each other. And he goes, "You guys look just like your mugshots. How does it feel getting arrested?" It's like, oh.
I know.
Oh.
It's just like, what timeline are we on right now?
Does John Cena not care anymore?
It almost came off that way. Like he's like, listen, I don't know. It's just weird. Maybe he thought to himself, let me do a little throwback to the Attitude Era when The Rock and Austin, and others who, everybody came off like a tweener at the time. Either there was no like clear face or clear heel. Like the heels were getting cheered, the faces were getting booed sometimes. So, and they were just letting loose on the mic, right? They would just say whatever.
It was like a night after WrestleMania every week on Raw. Like you don't know who to cheer, who to boo.
Right, exactly. Like they would say the right thing, and the fans would be like, and they would just cut into each other recklessly and ruthlessly, whether they were a face or a heel. So I feel like was he trying to do that? Was he trying to tap into like an Attitude Era kind of style? So like, yeah, I may be the face, but I'm gonna say what I want to say regardless if I'm a face or not, because I want to be authentic John Cena. I don't know. It just came off so inauthentic.
And aside from like his promo stuff, I mean, I just want to quickly just mention his Mania match with Bray at the Pandemic one, where the Firefly Funhouse match. I remember enjoying that a lot too, and I thought maybe this might be it for Cena because they pretty much killed him off. He disappeared and no one seen him until summertime comes around and all the fans are back, so it's time for him to do a little bit. He puts over Roman big at that SummerSlam again, and then again in and out doing movies a lot of times where he's in the public eye a lot more. He's on the late shows more and more, and it was around the time when Hollywood kind of shut down a little bit, so he came back another bit, and again we saw a little bit of this like ruthless Cena where he's feuding with Solo and he's like, "Oh, you look like another bootleg Taz."
Yes.
And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah. And it's like, people, I'm sure people were like, is this just how he really, like, oh, yeah. But it's like, people start thinking, is this just how he really is behind the scenes? Is he really just a dick? Is the good guy act really just an act? Is he not a genuinely good person, or is he just a total douche?
But it's also too is for him being such a company man. Is this him making that call to say this stuff, or is Vince or creative saying, say this edgy line?
It was very. The lines were really blurred at this point with him and who he was.
Right.
You know?
And then do we need to even talk about his hair at this point?
Yo, that thing you sent me yesterday having again.
Oh, because Toy Story 5 trailer dropped and Woody got his inspiration from John Cena.
Poor Woody is balding. His paint is fading on the back of his head. When that side to side had me cracking up. Yeah.
Because John Cena, like I said, was always in and out at this point from the pandemic to recently this past year. We had his retirement tour. And
we saw him doing a lot of stuff. Like, I remember seeing him on the Today Show on NBC when I would wake up. Yeah. At this point, I was working from home, exclusively. So I'd have the Today Show on. And he's there, guest hosting the whole show for a couple of hours. And I'm like, look at this one. He's going to be a freaking Today Show NBC analyst.
I was also
all suited up.
What was the show he hosted that he came out naked for? Was it the Grammys?
The Oscars.
The Oscars.
Which is crazy.
Right. Big, jacked up John Cena, butt naked.
Covering up his junk.
Yeah.
And wiggling his way across the stage. When I saw that, I was like, what is this man doing?
Yeah. I want to also just, at this point, too, we'll talk about his retirement tour lastly, but as far like his movie stuff around this time, where I definitely want to highlight some movies where, in 2018, Blockers, that was one of my favorite of his performances, where it's him and he's being a parent, and his daughter wants to lose her virginity on prom night, and the parents are trying to stop the kids from doing it.
Right.
That was definitely one of his better roles. And then we mentioned in 2021 he got into the Fast and the Furious franchise at the later point.
Playing,
and he was the brother of Vin Diesel.
That was just what a miscast. Ooh.
What the hell happened?
I just freaked myself out. The cable for my phone charger fell off my table, but it looked like there was something running across it.
Oh my
god. But yeah, anyway, that was such a weird miscast. I feel like The Rock should have been playing Vin Diesel's brother because they have more.
Yeah, but he was already in the franchise before, and he was Vin Diesel's enemy.
As Hobbs or Shaw, I forget which one he plays.
I think it was Hobbs. But funny enough, it was he played his villain on screen and off screen apparently.
And off screen apparently, yeah. Two big personalities, But they ideally, if you look at them, they should have been the ones playing brothers because they have similar complexions, bald heads, and Cena and Vin Diesel. They don't look like. You sure y'all are brothers? Were you stepbrothers?
Yeah, if I were, John's definitely adopted.
Someone's adopted in that family.
I need to see those parents first.
Somebody's mama was doing something she shouldn't have been doing.
Then he did a project called Ricky Stenicki where everybody shares the clip of Cena in that one scene.
Yeah.
Him doing song parodies, but it's all jacking it, innuendos. Ridiculous. When you grip it, you. Everybody's just seeing it. I'm not gonna try and imitate it. It's just.
I will say his comedic timing is spot on.
Grab that whip. It just shows you how versatile as an actor he is. And then 2014 is where he gets. Or no, not 2014. It's 20. When did he start this? Well, when the new in 2021, when he hit the big time with his big role, the Peacemaker in Suicide Squad, which is still going to this day, and it's very entertaining.
Yeah,
and you would think if John Cena was in the DC universe, he could be the next Superman. No, he's a Peacemaker guy. I had no idea what the Peacemaker background was, but he plays it perfectly.
He's great. I remember this summer going to see Superman in theaters, and I didn't know he had a little cameo in it.
Yeah, I saw that's one of his credits too.
Yeah, he pops in there talking crap about Superman.
Yeah, dude, what a metaphor, or the irony.
Shit about Superman. I was like, wow, I was not expecting that. I was like, oh shit, look at that.
And we've seen like other wrestlers do Superman or like superhero stuff. Like
Right.
Batista was in Marvel, which was his biggest
Right.
break.
Right.
Rock
Right.
tried and failed miserably.
Unfortunately.
What was it successful? I think he tried Black Adam and he tried to get it off on its own.
And it
It didn't work out for him.
For such a long time too. He was working on that.
And then you have John Cena again, this peacemaker role, and holy shit, he's so fucking funny.
Yeah. I mean, the dude, like that's his calling. It's just in terms of movie. I mean, obviously he can be an action star because he's got the athleticism to be one, and we know he could do serious roles as well because he can bring on that serious. We've seen it obviously, but his comedy is just top notch almost. Like, dude, like you've been hiding all of this, and you come onto these movies, and you're just a big goofball.
Yeah.
And it works because you see him looking all straight laced and clean cut, and then he busts out some crazy line.
And it's very funny when you think about it too. When he's outside doing publicity, nice suits, and then we get to the ring, the jorts, the t-shirts, the headbands, it's like, and the sneakers. It's like this is legit Clark Kent and Superman. Like Clark Kent with the glasses, and then John Cena's like, I'm gonna put on my jorts and be a wrestler now.
Exactly.
I want to see John Cena do a horror movie. I want to see how he does with that.
Oh, that would be like but will he be the hero or will he be the villain?
No, like a villain. Oh. Like a psychopath type of villain. I mean, Batista was able to do it.
Kane did it. I love that movie. I don't care what anyone says.
See No Evil, you mean? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That scene with the fucking rat running away from him.
Oh my! There's a lot of horrible scenes. There's a lot of gross scenes in that movie.
It was such a cheesy movie, but I like that kind of horror too. You know.
Yeah. Super cheesy horror. So as John Cena's finally winding down, he helps Cody finish his story, which is one of those big moments of WrestleMania. Always go back and watch him run down the ramp. Just watch us run. Because they're running so damn fast, throwing the towel, and then him getting beat up by The Rock. It's just one of those funny visuals. And then 2024. 2024 in July, he makes a surprise appearance on Money in the Bank.
Right.
And he says, I'm retiring.
Right.
Huh? What?
Everybody
You're doing
like,
what? And then he eloquently clarified that next year will be my final year as an active professional wrestler. Right. And everybody's like, oh, no. And this is when also the merchandise was very, not subtle, but it was also very funny too. Because everybody for the last couple of years has been talking about the forbidden door. So the back of John Cena's shirt would be like a door with the "You can't see me." It's like after 2025, you won't see me anymore.
Right.
Type of wording. But then 2025 comes around, and then the start of Monday Night Raw on Netflix debut. What does everybody want me to do for the whole year? Do you want me to feud with this guy or feud with that guy? Right. Do you want me to win my 17th championship? Yay! Am I going to win the Rumble? Yay! No. The Heat Man has that one. Which, looking back on it, I would definitely change that now.
Yeah. I mean, he did win that one Rumble where he tossed Punk out the ring like a... Wait, was that him? Oh, sorry. Never mind. That was Cody.
Yeah.
I just wanted to relish in that moment of CM Punk getting tossed out the ring like a sack of potatoes.
But
sorry. Yeah. No, but you're right. Now, thank you for refreshing my memory. Like everyone did think it was going to be Cena, and then it ended up being Uso.
Everybody was like, "It's a lock. You have to this is the man's last year. You have to have him go on top, right?"
Did it? Yeah.
Final two though, and he gets pushed off by the Heat Man, Jey Uso.
Mm-hmm.
Then he goes to the press conference, and this is when we start seeing some little teases of something. Like we mentioned before, when he's talking about those, we did those scathing promos. But he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not qualifying for the chamber. I'm gonna be in the chamber."
Right.
So then he goes to chamber, he wins it,
right.
And meanwhile they're doing this weird Rock Cody thing of Cody, I want your soul.
Right.
and you and me were watching this live on Chamber night. Rock, go fuck yourself. Cena's in the back like cheering, like, yeah, he told The Rock to go fuck himself.
Yeah.
And then he gives Cody a big hug, like, I can't wait to wrestle you at WrestleMania. And then the face, all the smile just drained. He just went stone faced.
Yeah.
And went back and kicked Cody right in the dick.
Right in the dick. Right in the balls.
Right, down, but like he went low. And John Cena's beating the shit out of him with the title. He's, like, aside from Travis Scott throwing one potato punch at Cody's face, which was ridiculous. Cena and Rock are standing tall, but WWE wants you to remember. Those are the ones you remember. Oh, Travis Scott was there too because Travis fucked us on everything. But yeah,
that was.
Because we're leaving Chamber with, we have like the new NWO of Rock, Cena, and Travis Scott. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that was like, why the hell is Travis Scott in this ring? I just, when I recently watched that episode of Unreal where they talk about his heel turn, and I'm like, what the fuck was Bruce Pritchard thinking?
They made it seem like it's so elaborate. It's like, there's only like a few people we told.
The whole chart with the freaking cell phones and stuff. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, why is Travis Scott part of this conversation?
Exactly.
He should just be like, whatever.
It should have been two people. Rock, Cena. That's it.
Along with Hunter. And whoever else is from creative. You know what I mean? Like,
I think at that point, Hunter was definitely against like what Rock was doing. Because remember the year prior, Rock was like, I'm going to dictate what's the main event at Mania. And Triple H told him, fuck you. You're like, storyline-wise type of stuff.
But when you see how this whole conversation happened, it's like all of creative determined this was it.
Also, let's just remember, this is John Cena's last year, and you want to turn him heel in 2 months in?
But let me finish my point. It's just like, you go to Travis, who has no business being in this conversation because he's just a fucking celebrity who's a guest star, whatever. And, by the time you get to Cody, who's the champion, you guys sold it so much that he probably felt like he couldn't say no if he didn't like the idea. And then you go to The Rock.
Right.
Again, you're selling this, and then you're already saying Cody's on board because Cody probably felt like he had no choice. So now The Rock is probably like, okay, let's do this. And you go to Cena as the last person to know.
And this is the person you want that this whole thing is surrounded about.
And you already have everything like this is how it's going to happen. They didn't even give him the option. Like, do you think this? Do you want to do this? They didn't even say this to him. They just feel like we're going in this direction. And then he was probably like sitting. I could picture him looking at his phone like, are they fucking for real? Are they fucking for real? And
Travis Scott's doing what?
And I'm the last to know. And they already have a whole storyline played out. And now I have to be the bad guy and say, nope, I don't want to do this, or just run with it.
Could you imagine if he said no? All that planning ahead, Triple H's like, oh fuck me. It's like, okay then.
Exactly. Why would you not go to him first?
Because let's be real here too. If you're doing a retirement tour, I think when we look back at Sting's retirement tour in AEW, it was perfect. He came out on top. But now we're only, like, again, 2 months into the year, and you have a full year of John Cena.
Yeah.
And you are going to tease the one thing that everybody wanted 10 years ago, and you're going to do it now?
Yeah.
Just for a shock and awe. That's all it was at the end.
And it could have, at the beginning, I was like, okay, maybe this could go somewhere.
Right.
Something different to end his career. But then it's like, they Pritchard comes up with this idea, obviously. I mean, he claims to be the one that came up with the idea, right?
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'll let you continue, but this reminded me all like the Montreal Screwjob. Like, it was my idea, or my idea. It's like, I was the one that said John Cena should turn heel. It's like
but this is the way I look at it. This is the way I look at it. That's what they said on Unreal, that it was his idea, so then it was his fucking idea.
Right.
At the moment he would have said, hey, maybe we should turn John Cena heel. That's when they were supposed to go to Cena and be like, hey, we have this idea. Just hear us out. You turn heel on Cody. And then give him the opportunity to say, that's awesome, or no, that's not going to work.
Right.
And that's it.
But
not
also
this whole freaking chart and talking to everybody. They called everybody. No people. They. I'm surprised they didn't go to the streets and start asking fans first. Should we turn John Cena?
That would be funny if every WWE fan got an email. Hey, how would you feel if John Cena turns heel?
It's like,
are you doing something that we're not going to know about?
How are you going to Travis first before you even go to the three main players of the storyline, especially the two, which is Cody and John,
which is going to be the main event of WrestleMania,
right?
But you know what? I think everything you say is not wrong, but I think you're also missing that key point too. Is that let's turn Cena heel. Then
now what? Exactly.
Then what?
That's I was gonna get to that point. You know, they do this whole scenario. Okay, it was shocking. Absolutely, nobody saw it coming. It was like, oh wow, okay, let's see where this goes. But they just never really. They made him
generic heel.
Generic heel cheat to win.
Comes out on Raw the Monday after Chamber, and you people didn't support me. You booed me.
Right. You deserve nothing.
That fat child over there can eat shit.
He was just like, fear in headlights. It
was also that meme. It's like, why fuck me for? What the hell did I do?
I know. But that kid had a growth spurt when they showed him a couple of months later. I'm like, that's the same kid?
That was ridiculous. It was like, this is bullshit.
It's like, I don't know.
But it was like anyway. John Cena was like, of course, potty mouth John, but it was like this woe is me character. It's like, what are you doing?
He turned into this whiny, bitter. Like, I'm tired of being like, okay, fine, cool. You want to go the route of he's tired of playing the good guy. He's tired of having to keep himself always positive and on top of the world. That's a lot of pressure on him. Cool. But don't turn him into a whiny brat.
But it was also, remember on the night of the Chamber when you and me were talking about, we were talking about it for that weekend, like, yeah, he should change his overall appearance too.
Right.
Wear trunks, wear boots.
He should have went back to his old look.
Or you know what? Even do a new look. Like he wears suits for all of his appearances. Come out in suits.
Yeah, do the Cody.
Maybe change change your song. But he came out on that Monday too and said, I'm not going to change my overall appearance. I'm going to continue looking like this, but it's going to be just for me, not for any of you.
Right.
It was also because this is a retirement tour. WWE sells merch. So every week this fucker comes out in a different color.
Right.
And it's like, why am I going to boo you? Give me a reason to boo him.
You're still giving people a reason to want to go buy your merch. He should have been coming out, and if he was still going to do the whole t-shirt, black t-shirt, black jeans, black sneakers, black hat, no logos, no nothing.
What they would do,
just like his screen.
What they would do, put John Cena.
Right.
A plain black shirt that just says John Cena.
Basic freaking Times New Roman font.
I mean,
John Cena.
Right.
Kind of like, how Kevin Owens would come out with the tape on his shirt.
Right. But no, didn't do that. Then we get to Mania. In their match, let's be real here. It was boring. It was not good. And I really don't want to beg people to watch a bad match, but if you go back and watch the match, you see people looking at the ramp.
Because they're waiting for somebody. They're waiting for.
Where is Dwayne?
Somebody.
The fucking Fiend hits, and here comes Travis Scott taking a sweet ass time with his. You know what killed me too is that he had a hardcore memorabilia belt, or like one of those like custom belts, and it's like it just looked like a fan just
like a mark.
Invaded WrestleMania he got away with it.
Total mark.
Walked down the ramp, did nothing. I don't remember what he did. And then John Cena hits a low blow, AA, and that's how he wins the 17th world title.
it was such a convoluted. It was just so weird. It was just so thrown together, in my opinion, even from the beginning. Because okay, The Rock didn't make an appearance. It's unfortunate, but I think looking back in hindsight, had he been part of this program, this whole storyline, people would have been complaining that he was taking the spotlight away from John Cena. In my opinion, that's what people would have been saying. So I think at the end of the day, it was best to not have him there. Like, okay, Cena turned heel, he's going to do it on his own. But they should have specifically, explicitly said that. He should have been like, yeah, I'm doing this alone. I'm not doing this with anybody. You're not going to see The Rock. You're not going to see Travis. It's just me and only me. Like they should have went that route. Because that would have just cleared up everything. He's like, I didn't turn heel because The Rock told me to. I did it because
I didn't make a deal with the devil.
Right. I did it because I wanted to do it.
It could have been easy.
It could have done
a one sentence where it's like, last year you booed The Rock. This year I knew you were gonna boo me, so I jumped ahead.
Exactly. He's not a factor in my decision to be who I am now. That would have answered so many questions.
This is my last year to wrestle, and I'm gonna do it on top. Damn it! And I'm going to take any chance or gonna do it the way I want to.
Exactly. You could have been like, I came in alone. I'm gonna end it alone.
Yeah. So then. Wins the title.
Has everybody asking questions.
Has his one final match with Randy Orton in Randy's hometown, which was way better than the Mania match. Now that's not saying much though.
Yeah.
Then also there's around this time too with R-Truth, which was slightly entertaining, but it was like R-Truth's not a top guy, so what are we doing here? This is wasting some time on John. Which, too, John Cena mentioned, I don't have that many dates this year.
Right.
He'd be like, let's count the days, everybody.
And
36. And then the next time we see him, he's like, oh, it's 27 now.
And what kills me is, like, we found out he wanted to work a lot more dates, but they told him, no, we're going to keep it. Why would you do that?
220 days he wanted to do. I think he went and did 40 or 36.
I will never understand why that idea was rejected. Like, the man is willing to put himself out there every week on all the shows, probably.
He's willing to put his Hollywood career on the side for a year, or at least like put some stuff on the side to do his one last year.
I mean, did they think
that... If you're WWE creative, you go, no?
Yeah, like, did they think that by limiting his time and made it more special? No, because there were times, I'm sure there were fans who would go to shows highly expecting him to show up, and then he never shows up. People who are spending, you're you're baiting these people. Like, oh, he only has X amount of appearances, so if you want to take a chance to see him, you better pay $300 for a nosebleed seat,
and a shirt,
and a hat, And then people probably left like, man, we didn't get to see him. This was our last opportunity to see him live, and now we didn't get to.
And the matches were limited too. I mean, like other than wanted to see him work with a Punk, AJ, or Randy one more time. Sure. And I will say the match with AJ, that one was willed out of fucking existence because pretty much they begged on Twitter. Do you want to see us wrestle again? And then Triple H was like, okay, let's do it.
Okay, fine. We'll give the fans what they want for once.
In Australia.
Man.
You want to do Cena and Punk? Oh, Saudi Arabia. Oh
what
my
the hell
God!
Is that? Like,
and here's the more egregious one. We're gonna do Cena and Money in the Bank in a tag match. Logan Paul against Cody and Jay. Why? Why are we wasting a fucking Cena appearance on this?
Right. Why are you teaming him up with Logan Paul?
And then eventually you're gonna have them have a match, which everybody wanted to see. Despite whatever it feels about Logan, you wanted to see Cena beat him up.
Right. Exactly.
And then we do the SummerSlam match, and I'm telling people, I shit you not, the Friday before the SummerSlam, he turns babyface.
Just like that. I changed my mind.
I'm good. I'm sorry. My bad.
I'm over it now. It was a phase.
Yeah. My God. Oh.
And Cody's like, okay.
But meanwhile, remember, we're speculating. Oh, this is a ruse. He's gonna turn back on
Right.
Sunday. Like, this is not real.
This is he's just baiting Cody, and I don't know.
Then he makes his entrance, and you think, because at this point in his entrance too, they had the whole ring announcer Mark Nash, who I think is doing a good job. But he would do like the never seen 17 or the last real champion, and that was like very clever. I like that stuff.
Right.
That was something for Cena that you would think, oh, like it took this long to do a long special intro for him.
Right.
But it comes out of SummerSlam, you think, oh, it's the blackout title, just says his name, and then all of a sudden, all the colorful stuff comes popping up again. The logos. He comes out like happy. Hey, Stu, how you doing? Like, let's have some fun.
Right. And the fans ate it up, which because that's at the end of the day, the fans were like, maybe this is what we should have had all along. So.
And then we find out later the reason why he turned babyface was because Cody was going away to film his part in Street Fighter, so they needed a top babyface on SmackDown.
Right.
So then Cena loses to Cody, and the match was much better than Mania.
It was.
Yeah, and then weirdly enough, John Cena, it's like, okay, what's next for Cena? Brock Lesnar returns, and his off-screen stuff is a chat for another day. But yeah, so now we're gonna use your retirement tour to put Brock Lesnar over. And again, it's like, John, why don't you just say no? Yeah. Why can't you be like, can you do it with somebody else?
Like, why are we bringing in this person who has become such a he was always very polarizing, but now even more polarizing because of all the, allegations against him.
Well, you're saying in Brock's case.
Yeah. And you bring this guy in, and, some fans were like, yay, or other fans were like, what the fuck are they doing?
I felt it was a majority of just, like, confusion of, like, really?
Yeah, like, why? And then, like you said, like, he squashes the hell out of John.
in a bad match at WrestlePalooza, which was the first pay-per-view for the ESPN era.
And you remember...
And ESPN just basically said, this show sucks.
Like, that was hilarious. Yeah. But you remember, like, a few weeks ago, I was like, did they even have a match? And you were like, yeah, WrestlePalooza. And I'm like, oh, that's why I don't...
It was the first match on the show.
That's why I don't remember. I mean, I didn't watch it because I don't have... Yeah. I wasn't going to pay $30 just to watch a freaking... Just to have ESPN, which, like, for what? For one thing. Because I don't watch sports.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm gonna pay for an app that I don't use just so I can watch a mediocre pay-per-view. I'm good.
And then they explain how to install it or buy the pay-per-view.
Yeah, now they have freaking CM Punk trying to get tutorials. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you sent me that the other day. It's like a video tutorial of how to buy these shows now.
Yeah, with CM Punk doing the tutorial. I'm like, now you do it?
You know what that was the equivalent of to me when you sent that? When Michael Cole used to show us how to install the WWE app.
Yeah, it was
like, if you don't know how, if you're too stupid to download the app, let me show you.
Just so weird. I'm like, really? It's just so weird. And then
and then the Dominic Mysterio stuff, which on a random Raw, it was his final Raw in Boston, impromptu match for the Intercontinental title, the one title this bastard has not won.
Yeah, surprisingly enough.
Right.
And the match was actually very entertaining.
It was very good.
It was very good. He got to wrestle a nice, young, fresh.
Yeah, it shows the talent of Dominic too.
Yeah.
Dominic's the future of this business, right?
That kid has improved so much over the last few years. Gotta give it to him.
It was like one of those things too, where they did the promo exchange. You would think, oh, John Cena's about to bury this fucking kid,
right?
And because John made a comment, he was like, "You're a disgrace." No, never mind. That was with Ray. When Ray was like, "You're disgracing all the luchadors," like Eddie Guerrero. And then Dom responded with, "Don't you dare say anything about my father." Right, but then like the had the match with John, and John was Intercontinental Champion for 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah. Did he defend it in between? That he did, right? He had defended it like at least no.
He won it against Dom, and then had the rematch at Survivor Series.
And lost it.
That was when Judgment Day ran out and was beating him up.
Right.
And Liv made her big return.
Right.
Did the whole John Cena kick in the dick routine, and then Dominic got his belt back.
Right.
And then around this time is the tournament last time is now. Who's going to face John Cena in his final match?
Yeah.
Where we got to see Dolph Ziggler and Zack Ryder make their returns. We got to see. This is one of those weird things too, where John Cena was like, "I want some NXT involvement." One NXT person, Javon Evans, was in the tournament.
Right.
And he lost in the first round to Gunther.
Right.
And then we get the match. John
Cena
Cena versus Gunther, which at the beginning of the year was one of those dream matches, not for you because you don't like Gunther, but one of those matches where it's like, I think also too for people is like they know how Gunther wrestles. So I was like, how many chops is John Cena gonna let this asshole give him?
Yeah, you knew me. That was exactly what I was dreading. I'm like, this is gonna be a chop fest,
right?
Chop fest and a suplex fest, and that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, I will say the entrances alone too, the heat for Gunther, and then when John Cena came out, and you just felt it was special because for a lot of people, especially for me, you grew up. John Cena was the main guy of the top, and then we talked about it in our own review of it, how we felt about it. But Gunther got the sleeper hold on forever and ever and ever, and then John Cena. And the internet explodes.
It was just
children are crying.
Adults are crying.
Women are pissed. You specifically.
Because I'm like, all right, fine, you're gonna lose.
You quit. 23 years of hustle, loyalty, respect, and never give up. You gave up
with a smile on your fucking face.
That's
like it was all a dream.
I just cut the smile off. Don't do the smile.
I would have just rather see him pass out. I still think I rather would have seen him pass out because he didn't want to give up.
Right.
That's it.
And then the whole night, everybody remembers when Triple H showed his stupid face that he got booed immediately.
And he has never recovered from that. That's it. That was it. That was it.
But the thing is that he loves it. Because WWE in the whole run all relied on moments.
They love it, but they don't realize how now they're realizing how it's affecting them.
Oh yeah, because everyone wants to pay for WrestleMania now. They keep pricing the tickets, and then sidebar: nobody in Vegas can. Or no, what was this? Nobody in Chicago can have watch parties in Chicago
and Vegas too. They did it too for Vegas.
No, but I'm talking. But I'm talking about like the reports going into this chamber pay-per-view that's coming up.
Right.
No bars are going to watch.
No bars can show. Yeah. Like, what the hell is that?
That's
because you want to get ticket prices? You mean you want to get tickets up? You want to get ticket sales? No. If people are willing to go to a bar for free, they're not going to pay $300.
Or if wrestling groups or podcasts want to throw a viewing party in Chicago,
they can't.
They can't.
And bars are going to lose out on business because, people go in droves to the bars to watch the pay-per-views and eat and drink and eat and drink,
Right. But the whole John Cena thing where he leaves his shoes in the ring. I think you and me commented too. Like we looked at the Cody Punk thing when they gave him the titles. That was kind of like an audible moment to me. It felt like because it was like, listen, people hate that fucking finish. Let's give Cena these people a moment to cheer. We're holding up both belts.
And they still couldn't bring the crowd to do it. And you can see the look of desperation on their faces, like, take the belts. Just take them. Just hold them. Just please. We got to give something. Like, you can see it. You can see John's probably like, I feel like he was going through, I mean, we already discussed this in our review, but it just really felt like he had an instant regret about how the match ended because you could kind of see how despondent he looked.
Right.
And it wasn't because he had to retire. It was because he realized the fans did not like it.
This was not the reaction I wanted.
He disappointed the fans in that crowd. I mean, there's fans outside that are like, it was perfect. Okay, good for you if you think that was perfect. But those people who paid that much money to see their favorite guy, and that what pissed me off the most was when there were fans online like, oh, fans that don't like it are just casuals. No, fans that don't like it were the ones that have been watching for 20 plus years or were born during his era and grew up watching this guy. And now had to witness his career end in such a freaking disappointing womp womp note after his
The
whole
casuals don't
entire-
care.
The casuals don't give a damn.
Right.
The casuals,
They're not the one paying.
and the people who were sitting in that audience, not one person in there was a freaking casual. Those are people who paid tons of money for a ticket, tons of money for flights if they didn't live in DC.
Right.
Hotels, they had to drive, fly, whatever it was that they got there. Because I know people who went out there,
Right,
who went broke to go to see his last match. How many people were there? Probably never seen him wrestle live and said, "This is our only opportunity to see our GOAT live."
correct.
And that's the ending that they gave them. I mean, listen, if he wasn't going to win, he wasn't going to win. I personally think he should have just fucking won it. Come on.
Right, I was gonna say too, like I think you and me like debate or like listen, either he wins or loses, it doesn't matter because I think you and me are like we can agree on certain things where it's if somebody's leaving the territory, you leave on the way out, or if somebody's gonna leave, like put somebody over,
Right.
it was like go out there. He's 40 years old. He has all the accomplishments in the world. Does he really need to beat John Cena and be the career killer that he is now? Does he really need that?
And there's
Because the month before you give the win to Dunn, and it's like, oh, the win that win doesn't care. That doesn't count.
Right. It's just, and it's like,
It's a smiling thing too.
That's what killed me. It's the whole like I remember how the metaphor of like something like that would have worked on a TV show or a movie because when he's there,
correct.
they could cut scenes of his whole career and then cut back to him and him being like, "Okay, I'm good." You can't do that live.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have shown stuff on the Tron if they wanted to, but that would have been really cringe and awkward.
Right, because all of a sudden now in the middle of the match, before the match is over, you're like, oh, let's start airing a video package.
When it dimmed the lights, so you can and put a spotlight on them after. I thought that kind of would have been kind of cool visually. That would have been a cool visual, but
that would have been that would have been more of a pandemic thing, and also if it was like pre-taped, if you pre-taped this match,
stuff, right? It's
correct.
A cinematic match, but you can't do that live because. First of all, the only people who could see him are the people on TV and the people facing him that were on the hard camera side. People behind him who are looking, they're not seeing what the hell he's doing unless they're looking at the Tron. And if they're not looking at the Tron, they're like, "That's it."
Yeah. Left his shoes in the ring, went up the ramp, said goodbye, and we haven't seen John Cena since in WWE.
It's like sad. It was so sad. It's just sad. It was just sad.
Because it was definitely, I can imagine he probably had Nexus flashbacks, like, something I pitched did work.
I do. I always wonder, like, how was he once he got backstage and he was alone?
He probably had a big cry, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Everybody was probably hugging him in the back. The whole roster was definitely saying thank you or giving words of encouragement.
But once he was alone by himself, right? Like packing up his stuff, like what were the thoughts going through his head? Because I know he had that interview with Cody, but he wasn't going to reveal. He's even that's controlled, Even that was controlled.
I'm happy you mentioned that because then he did the Cody interview. I think that's the only. I think maybe one with Stephanie, but. There's also or he did other interviews too. That's how we know about he wanted to do 200 dates, or he did. He was we also found out too that he wasn't going to face AJ at Crown Jewel. It was going to be him versus Drew. So that was going to be a first time match we haven't seen before. That was going to happen.
See they should have done that instead of freaking R-Truth. I'm sorry.
Right, Billy Stay wasted our Saturday's main event, but it's also too. It's again one of those time wasters. If there was more dates and that was one of them, then it's that's okay.
Yeah.
But day 20 on day 36 of days that this man has left, no.
Yeah, that would have been I think that would have been a hell of a match.
And then they ruined it too when they did that backstage after Cena turned face and he had the interaction with Truth backstage. It was like, what happened to you? What? It was that never existed.
Right.
But he did the interview with Cody, and Cody asked him, what was your favorite match of the past year? And John fucking Cena is so goddamn political. It was like, oh, it wasn't, I'm going to give you a match. It's the one in Saudi Arabia with Punk. And Cody's like, oh, so you like that match the most? No. when Punk apologized to the fans. Oh, on the pre-show, I was like, this dude is.
Dude, for
You're
real.
not human. What? Who are you?
Like, what the hell? Yeah, like that was such a stupid moment. You know, I'm not a fan of Punk's, but he didn't have to do that.
Just you can't spot like one match. Oh, like you can't just say, "Oh, I loved working with Randy and Punk one last time," or it was cool working with Dom. Like,
Yeah,
like
something.
put him over. Like he's the
Not for
future of the
AJ,
business.
because we have such a great history together.
Right.
No, he wants to just talk about something that's not even related to any of his matches.
No.
Trying to be so
a guy
neutral.
apologizing because he got mad at a wrestler and told him to suck a blood-covered dick.
He wasn't wrong.
Right,
I will say it. Punk wasn't wrong.
Separate issue, but it's like,
Right. But why? How is that your favorite moment out of your retirement? That's your favorite moment.
a guy begging for forgiveness or saying he's sorry. Meanwhile, that guy that's saying sorry is on being a good boy because he has nowhere else to go if he wants to continue making money or wrestle.
He left bridges blown up everywhere behind him.
Because he pissed off the other millionaire.
Right, because the bridge that he finally was able to cross again is very much just held together by wood and ropes.
That or like what would be a looser material like
zip ties.
Zip ties, yeah. Hanging by a thread.
Because he makes one mistake, and I'm sure that's in the contract. You mess up one time, you're done.
Right.
Which is why he's being Mr. Good Guy right now.
But back to the main guy, John Cena, who, from all reports, is not going to the Hall of Fame this year, but is definitely going to go in soon. But
right.
Overall, Ariana,
I could see him saying, "You don't have to put me in the Hall of Fame. My whole career is the Hall of Fame."
I am the Hall of Fame. Then you just want to take views of taking and run his ass over. Like stop being this fucking asshole, dumbass. Can you say a normal answer?
Just be human for once.
You know what's annoying too is like if like this is back to like years ago when him and Nikki were dating. It was like kid asked him like, "What's your favorite meal?" He goes, "If Nicole were to stand up, you would know what my answer would be." It'd be like,
I know, like, yo, this is a child asking you the question. Why would you answer with that, bro?
Ha ha.
That's what that kid must have been like.
Kid, I eat Nicole out.
I know, and like the kid sounded very young.
Yeah, it was an innocent little question. Like, what's your favorite meal?
Mommy, what does he mean by that? And what's mom supposed to say? Or dad, even worse, like, he loves her so much.
That's how you were born, son.
I don't know what's worse, that or Nigel McGuinness saying that Bryan Danielson's favorite cheese is brie.
Oh, did he say? Oh, I remember him saying.
Like, the favorite thing he likes to eat is.
Can we have a final thoughts on Mr. Cena?
Yes, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, no matter how his career may have ended,
is he the GOAT?
He's one of the He's very much one of the GOATs. Yes.
Better than
it's hard to say there's one GOAT in professional wrestling because there's so many tremendous personalities that have come and gone over the years.
Let me run through some names. Is he better than John? Is John Cena better than John Cena? Is John Cena better than Kurt Angle?
In the ring, no, obviously not.
Just overall, is he better than Kurt Angle?
I mean, see, that's the thing. It's so hard to say something like that because to give a definitive answer, I should say, because they bring so much to the table. And now I'm doing him, right? Now I'm doing the political thing.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
He won a gold medal. He had an advantage over me.
Right. Like, this is an Olympic champion here who won it with a freaking broken neck. Right? Yeah. Like in some aspects, he is better than him. In other aspects, he's not. But it's hard to say overall who's better. But I guess career-wise, yeah, John's better.
Is he better than Shawn Michaels?
No.
Is he better than Bret Hart?
No, absolutely not.
Better than Stone Cold?
No.
Better than The Rock?
No.
Better than Triple H.
Yes.
Better than Bryan Danielson.
No. Well, as an entertainer, yes.
Better than The Undertaker.
No.
Better than Macho Man.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes,
really?
I will say that. I will say that.
See, it's like
And I love Macho Man.
once you start rounding off names, it's gonna be like that interesting debate.
Yeah. That's why it's so hard to
I feel
say.
John Cena is not the definitive
No.
GOAT.
Absolutely not. He's not the definitive GOAT. He's one of, and it's like you can't even say one of many GOATs because it's supposed to be the greatest of all time.
Right.
So do we truly have a GOAT in wrestling? I don't think so.
Like it's hard for people to give him Mount Rushmore. Like people can't decide between all these people and
Like,
put four.
It's hard. It's hard because we've seen, like I said, we've seen so many amazing performers come and go. We have amazing performers right now killing it in the ring, and we don't even know what's coming in the future.
Yeah. I will say though, like it does look bleak right now, but the future does look bright, honestly.
Oh yeah, we
for
have
one of
so
these
many
younger guys.
Yeah, so many.
Dominic, Javon.
Yeah.
Even AEW too, like Kyle Fletcher.
Completely.
Hangman still, MJF, Swerve.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big pool of young talent there that's going to have tremendous careers, you know?
And this past week, tryouts were, so the next star is there, potentially on their way.
I mean, we have so many people who still are in the indie scene who are just, we know that when they finally hit one of the two big promotions, they're going to be stars. You know,
right?
So
I think that does it for this John Cena retrospective. We went way long this time, but I think it's well deserved because I think very well packed.
Yeah,
career on Mr. Cena. Where now when we get to the next person, we have to do justice on them. So we can't just do one and done, depending on who we do next. But
yeah, we'll discuss that behind the scenes.
Right, but for this episode, once again, I'm gonna show everybody. But if you want to buy merchandise for the New York Wrestle Media and show your support, tpublic.com, where shirts, cups, stickers, hoodies, whatever you want, get any logo that's available in the store and buy it today.
Yeah.
And on that note, all this is live, everybody. So bear with me. Any final words up before we close up?
I actually really enjoyed doing this retrospect. I like that it was a series. I'm glad it didn't go longer though, because we do have other topics that we need to touch based on.
Absolutely, because either I will say everybody know it's either we're gonna do the Attitude Era retrospective next, which will definitely be one episode, which will cover all of it.
Yeah.
And then we have our Brand Warfare episode special where I will be drafted for the WWE and Ariana will be drafted for AEW.
Yes, absolutely. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So till next time, everybody, class is dismissed.
Sit, turn, type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.